Okay, dear students, let's start ATX March 2025 session, our very first live revision class. Finance Act, obviously, which we are studying, that is 2023. Okay, number one thing is the first two live revision classes, time period will be approximately 1 hour, but from class 3 onwards, each live revision class time duration will be at least 2 hours. At least, which means that it can be more than 2 hours, but it will not be less than 2 hours. Only the first two live revision classes, the time duration is approximately 1 hour. But after that, each class will have the time duration at least 2 hours. And obviously, when we say at least, it can exceed 2 hours. It will not be less than 2 hours. Another announcement, only there will be one Sunday, it will be off, but that is not the coming Sunday. It will be announced in your relevant WhatsApp group. So only one Sunday it will be off. Otherwise, there will be, inshallah, no Sunday off. So first two classes, the time duration is approximately 1 hour. After that, each class time period is 2 hours. Another thing is, what should be your strategy to study ATX? You will get the message in today's evening. Admin is going to share the message, so you have to follow the instructions properly. Another thing is, during these live revision classes, obviously, I'm going to teach you the entire ATX. Entire means entire. So let's start ATX. We will follow the same sequence, which is in our pre-recorded lectures. We will start our live revision classes from the topic individuals and slowly and gradually we'll go ahead. Okay. Finance Act 2023. When it comes to an individual like you and me, those people obviously they're earning and they're earning more than the personal allowance. They are supposed to pay tax, obviously, in UK. So quickly, if someone is having the non-saving income, so what are the tax rates? Quickly, let me tell you the revision: saving income and dividend income. And these tax rates will be given to you in exam. Okay. Basic rate. Basic rate band for the non-saving, for saving for everyone is from £1 till 37,700. This is the basic rate band. For non-saving, the tax rate is 20%. For saving, the tax rate is 20%, but for dividend income, tax rate is 8.75%. In case of higher rate, that it starts from 37,001, goes till 1,25,140. Tax rate applicable is 40%, 40%, and 33.75%. In case of additional rate, that is 1,25,141 plus above no limit at all. Then applicable tax rate is 45%, 45 and 39.35. Another thing, for saving income, if taxpayer, simply if basic taxpayer, if an individual is a basic rate taxpayer, basic rate taxpayer, then that individual gets nil rate band of £1,000. If an individual is a higher rate taxpayer, higher rate taxpayer, then applicable nil rate band is £500. Now, when it comes to dividend income, every individual gets the nil rate band of £1,000 irrespective of the tax paying status. So dividend nil rate band is for everyone, and that is £1,000 irrespective of taxpayer's status. Okay. Then for the saving income, there's one more rule for the saving income. That is there's a rule for the starting rate band. Starting rate band. That is from £1 till £5,000. Applicable tax rate is 0%. Obviously, we are going to discuss right now that when to apply the starting rate band, when it is not applicable. Don't worry at all. But now listen carefully. Only those individuals in UK, they are supposed to pay tax. They are having their income more than personal allowance, and the limit of the personal allowance is 12,570. Another thing is the sequence of getting the income tax is, first of all, you have to apply the tax rate on the non-saving income. Second, you will go for saving income, and third, you will go for dividend income. Let's start with a very simple example. I want everyone to attempt this, okay? Employment income is a non-saving income. Saving income means simply interest income. Saving income means simply interest income. And obviously dividend income means dividend. Other than that, every income is your non-saving income. Employment income. Let's say individual is having an employment income of £40,000. Property income is also a non-saving income. Property income is £20,000. There's pay as you earn. Pay means the tax which you have already paid in advance. Assuming the pay is £5,000 required. Number one, income tax liability. Number two, income tax payable. Students, I'm giving you 2 minutes. I want everyone to attempt this. Please, quickly. So you have 2 minutes to attempt this. Then obviously we'll be solving it together as well. Okay, let's see what is the answer. Okay, one student is saying 6,432. What about others? Tax liability is 11,432. Tax payable is 6,432. Okay. Anyone else? Or should we solve together? Okay, let's try together now. Right now, obviously, the employment income, property income, both are non-saving incomes. Non-saving income. We have employment income. That is 40,000. Property income, 20. Simply add both of them. You will get total income. which is 60,000. So the total income is 60,000 minus personal allowance 12,570. Here comes the taxable income. 60,000 minus 12,570. I'm getting 47,430. Now, please listen carefully. You are not supposed to directly apply 40% on that. First, you have to utilize the basic rate band. Once we have consumed the basic rate band, after that you will go for high rate band. Income tax. Obviously, first the basic rate band, 37,700 into 20%. Okay, another student says 122, 12,232. Let's see. 37,700 into 20%. I'm getting 7,540. Higher rate band. Now, out of 47,430, we have applied tax rate on 37,700. Look at this. 47,430 minus 37,700. Let's see how much falls in higher rate band. 47,430 minus 37,700. So 9,730 actually falls in higher rate band. Applicable tax rate is 40%. 3,892. Add both of them, you will get income tax liability. Students, I'm getting income tax liability 11,432. This is the income tax liability, but this individual has already paid how much tax? 5,000. Pay as you earn. Simply, this is the tax which is already paid in advance. Tax which is paid at source. So deduct pay. 5,000. You will get income tax payable. $6,432. Is this clear to everyone? Please quickly reply. Any confusion in this calculation you can ask. Anyone, please? Majority of the students, they got the correct answer. Any issue in this calculation, please ask. Each and every step is in front of you. Now, please look at this. If income tax liability is more than pay, then the difference is your income tax payable. The result is income tax payable. Situation number A. Situation B. If income tax liability is less than pay as you earn, Let's say someone has paid more tax in advance and income tax liability is less. If this is the case, then there will be income tax refundable. Now let's see another question. We have employment income 50. Saving income means interest income 20,000. Dividend income 10,000. Required income tax liability. Students, please, I want everyone to attempt this question. I'm giving you 3 minutes to do that. Please, you have to attempt. Okay, students are giving the answer. Let's see. 18,270. Okay, what about others? These are the tax rates if you want to see. But I really want everyone to attempt this question. Because when you have the opportunity to attempt the question, then you should avail that opportunity. So students, anyone else wants to share the answer? Then go ahead. Last 30 seconds, otherwise we'll be solving it together. We have employment income 50, saving 20, or let's see, one more answer. 18,607. Okay. One student is having answer 18,270, another is having 18,607. Anyone else? Okay. Obviously, the first column is non-saving. Then saving income. Dividend income. And total. Obviously, employment income is a non-saving income. Just to save the time, I'm just quickly writing it. Non-saving is 50. Saving is 20. Dividend income is 10,000. So the total is 80. Personal allowance, the normal sequence of allocating the personal allowance is, let me just show you that first. The normal sequence of allocating the personal allowance is, number one is non-saving. If you still have personal allowance, then go for saving. If you still have personal allowance, for example, then we'll go for dividend income. So this is the normal sequence of allocating the personal allowance. We will discuss also when to change the allocation of personal allowance. But right now, obviously, we have to follow the normal sequence. So 12,570. Taxable income. Let me use the calculator. 50,000 minus 12,570. Taxable income is 37,430. In the column of non-saving, saving is obviously 20. Dividend is 10,000. Final answer is 67,430. Okay, now. Income tax. First, we have to apply tax rates on non-saving. Look at this 37,430. Obviously, the entire 37,430 actually falls in basic rate band. The limit for the basic rate band is from £1 till 37,700. So the entire 37,430 falls in basic rate band. Another student is having answer 5,248. Okay, let's see. So non-saving 37,430 into 20%. So 37,430 into 20%. I'm getting students 7,486. Okay, now please listen carefully. Obviously, now we have to apply tax rate on saving income. Before applying tax rate on saving income, we have to check for the nil rate band. Now listen carefully. Come here. Saving income. If an individual is a basic rate taxpayer, then applicable nil rate band is 1,000 for the saving income. If individual is a high rate taxpayer, then nil rate band is 500. If additional rate taxpayer, then no nil rate band. So whoever is a basic rate taxpayer will get nil rate band 1,000 for the saving income, high rate one will get 500. If someone is an additional rate taxpayer, will not get any nil rate band for the saving income. For dividend income, we know that every individual gets nil rate band of £1,000 irrespective of the taxpayer individual status. Now come here. How do we decide the individual's tax paying status? Please listen carefully. Look at the last column, the column of total. Look at this total taxable income, which is 67,430. This individual is having the total taxable income 67,430. This 67,430 is more than the basic rate band. Obviously, it is not coming in additional rate, but this is more than basic rate band. Now listen, since 67,430 is more than the basic rate band, so this individual is a higher rate taxpayer. And whoever is a higher rate taxpayer gets nil rate band of 500 for the saving income. So how do we decide the individual's tax paying status? We always decide on the basis of total taxable income. If total taxable income is less than equal to 37,700, then individual is a basic rate taxpayer. If it is more than 37,700, then that individual is a high rate taxpayer. And obviously, if it is more than 1,25,141 and more, then an individual is an additional rate taxpayer. Right now, the question which we are solving, this individual is a high rate taxpayer because the total taxable income is 67,430, which is more than the basic rate band. Now come here. Nil rate band saving in 500. Obviously, into 0% is 0. Now, out of 20,000 saving income, 500 we have taken the nil rate band. Now let us check. Do we have any space left in the basic rate band? 30. The basic rate band is 37,700. We utilize 37,430. We have also utilized 500 in the nil rate band. Let me just use the calculator. 37,700 minus 37,430. And obviously this nil rate band as well. Can I say in basic rate band, there's no limit left. In basic rate band, there's no limit left. Since there's no space in the basic rate band, out of 20,000, 500 we have taken it as nil rate band. So the remaining 19,500, they will fall in higher rate band, where applicable tax rate is 40%. Now come here. Higher rate, saving income, 19,500 into 40%. 19,500 into 40%. I'm getting 7,800. When it comes to dividend income, we have already discussed. Every individual gets nil rate band of 1,000 irrespective of tax paying status. Nil rate band, dividend income, 1,000 pound into 0% is obviously 0. Now, basic rate band is already utilized, already consumed. So remaining dividend income of 9,000 falls in higher rate band. And when a dividend income falls in high rate band, then applicable tax rate is 33.75%. Applicable tax rate is 33.75%. So 9,000 in this. Students, I'm getting 3037.5. So just with a little bit rounding off, make it 8. No. Please look at this. Students, please come here. Basic rate band is 37,700. Out of this, 37,430 we already utilized in non-saving. The remaining, look at this, how much is remaining? Just 270. After that, you applied the nil rate band of 500. So this 500 is actually consumed the 270. So either you are applying nil rate band, tax rate, or even a starting rate band. Your band will start consuming. So this 270 is actually utilized by this 500. Is this clear? So 270 is already consumed by this nil rate band. Please comment on that, please. Okay. It is clear. Great. Now let's 7,486 plus 7,486 plus 7,800 plus 3,038. So students, I'm getting 18,324. Please check. Everyone is having the same result or different? The final answer I'm getting is 18,324. I hope it is clear to everyone. This is your income tax liability. Okay, employment income is 40,000 pound. Saving income is 20. Dividend income is 5,000. Required. Income tax liability. Please, now I want everyone to attempt this. I'm giving you, let's say, again, 3 minutes to attempt this question. But I want everyone to attempt this. Okay, let's see who's giving the answer. Question is here. Employment income 40. Saving income is 20. Dividend income is 5. Or you want to see the income tax rates? Please. Employment income is 40. Saving income is 20. Dividend income is 5. If any one of you wants to see the tax rates, so let me show you. Okay, it's okay now. Great. So you have 2 more minutes to attempt this question and give me the answer. See the answer 12,682. Okay, let's try. Non-saving, then obviously saving income, and the final is dividend income. And then total. Obviously, employment income is your non-saving income. Interest income is the saving income, and dividend income is obviously dividend. The total is 65,000. The normal sequence of the personal allowance is number one, non-saving. If still you have personal allowance, go for saving. And the last one is the dividend income. Personal allowance 12,570. Let's see what is the answer. Okay, another student is saying 12,782. Let's see what are we getting. 40 minus the taxable income. 27,430. 20,000. 5,000. I'm getting 52,430. Income tax. Okay. Third student is saying 12,682. There are 3 answers. What about others? Obviously, 27,430 entire income falls in basic rate band. Basic rate. Non-saving, that is 27,430. Applicable tax rate is 20%. So 27,430. 5,486. Now, saving income. Please look at this 52,430. The total taxable income is 52,430. Can I say this 52,430? It is more than basic rate band. Since it is obviously more than basic rate band and less than additional rate band, so this individual is a high rate taxpayer. Whoever is a high rate taxpayer gets nil rate band of £500 for the saving income. So saving income, nil rate band is 500 into 0% is obviously 0. So the total saving income is 20,000. Out of that 2,500 we have taken in the nil rate band. Now let's see how much space is still left in basic rate band. The limit of the basic rate band is 37,700. We have utilized 27,430. We have already also utilized 500. So let's see how much is left. 37,700 minus 27430 minus 500. Students, I'm still having limit and unused limit in the basic rate band 9,770. Still in basic rate band limit 9770 is left. Okay. So saving income 9770. Applicable tax rate is 20%. 1954. Now, the total saving income is 20,000. Out of this 20, 500 we have taken in nil rate band, 9770 we have taken in basic rate band. Now let's see how much falls in higher rate band. 20,000 minus 500 minus 9770. So basically, still in the saving income, 9,730 is left. We have to obviously apply tax rate on this income as well. Now 9730 actually falls in higher rate band. So 9730 applicable tax rate is 40%. 3,892. For dividend income, we know that every individual gets nil rate band of 1,000 pound. Nil rate band, dividend income, 1,000 pound, 0%, obviously 0. Basic rate band is already fully utilized. So the remaining 4,000 from the dividend income actually falls in higher rate. So dividend income, 4,000. Can I say in high rate band, applicable tax rate is 33.75% for the dividend income. So 4,000 into 33.75, I'm getting 1350. So total will be your income tax liability. Let's see. 5,486 plus 1954 plus 3,892 plus 1350. That's simply great. Students are having this answer. 12,682. The answer is 12,682. Okay, students, I'm just giving you a very small, I would say, homework since it is the first class. So first two classes, the time duration is going to be approximately 1 hour, little bit less than 1 hour. But obviously from class number 3 onwards, each class time period will be at least 2 hours. And inshallah, you'll be getting the revision of the entire ATX. Entire means entire ATX. I'm just giving you a very small homework. We will start from this question, our next live revision class on coming Sunday. I'm just writing, let's say, employment income, 10,000 pound, saving income, 18,500, dividend income, let's say 12,000. Required income tax liability. So please, you should attempt this question. Inshallah, we'll start the next class from this question, and in the coming class, obviously, we'll be discussing number of more things that regarding starting rate band we'll be discussing, and plus we'll be discussing when personal allowance will reduce, and in case of gross PPC what are the taxation rules and things like that, and many other things. The concept of adjusted net income, all these things will be coming in the coming class we'll be discussing. But let me repeat the agenda again. Only the first two classes, live revision classes, time period is approximately 1 hour or a little bit less. But from class number 3 onwards, each class time period will be at least 2 hours. And there will be only one Sunday, it will be off, only one Sunday. And that is not the coming Sunday. Coming Sunday, inshallah, we will have a class. So students, thank you very much for attending today's first live revision class for March 2025 session. And strategy, how to go for the pre-recorded classes, how to go for the live revision classes. Today, admin is going to share with you. Please do read all the messages from the admin. So thank you very much.